Streaming. All right, let's hope that that makes it work. There it goes. Okay. Yeah. Changed the stream over at the office yesterday, and then now looks like we got trouble going on with the stream. So I'm showing myself. There I am. All right, so all the last question will be is if the sound is working. So as you log in, if you'll let me know whether you can hear me, that would be huge. And let me go paste the link on the website. Paste, shift, KO, link, edit, settings, update. Okay, so KO and KO. All right, so everything's matching up so far. And then on Twitter, https:// denverguitarorchestra.com. Attach a photo. Up, guitar, PNG, tweet. All right, so now I have tweeted. Close that out, and then all right. So the first person in, hopefully you'll let me know if you can hear me and the sound is good. Today we're going to be playing Three Blind Mice is our song of the week. For book 1, Pay Me My Money Down, we just covered that today, and Brahms Lullaby are books 2 and 3. And then in addition to that, I've been doing Segovia patterns every day, and hopefully we'll have a chance to look at exercise 13, Moorish Dance, Prelude number 9, and Torito. We'll see how many of those we can get to. I'm going to start now. It's 10:06, and I was supposed to start 6 minutes ago. So let's get going here. Vic says the sound is good. Pauline is in. Sound and lighting is good. Rained all night up in California. It's still raining. Nice, Pauline. You'll take it, right? That's wonderful. That's exciting. Vic probably has a whole different attitude about the rain. She's like, I wish it would never rain. All right, let me get this squared away in the frame here. Look at that. That's good. All right, I'm going to start trying to do this slightly closer to my face. I'm reading a book on classical guitar right now, and I'm finding all these little hints that I should be doing that I don't do, and so grab the Segovia Scales, guys. Good morning, everybody. I'm glad you are here. Let me slide me over to the side here, and we're going to start with Segovia today, whatever time it is, wherever you are. And yesterday we did the hard one: ring, index, ring, index, ring, index. So today let's see, ring, index, ring. So today we go back to I am. Index, middle, index, middle, middle, index, middle. Okay, from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me start the first note correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Terrible job. Let me try it again. 1. Mick's like, I like rain. I need rain. Rain is good. Rain is great. Rain makes us happy. She lives in a very rainy neighborhood. From the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. pretty close. That's pretty close, right? So that's, well, we're going to stop there. We don't want to get it close. Segovia says you should practice scales for 2 hours a day. And I believe that if you want to be Andreas Segovia, 2 hours a day is a great idea. If you want to be a normal human being going through your life, happy as a clam playing guitar, that is crazy talk. Whatever works for you, I think, is probably okay. Next, couple of thoughts. I try on this hand to grow my nails out, so I have the choice of flesh or fingernail. But we went to Costco yesterday, and of course, every time you have to lift a box, it breaks your fingernails off. And so that's another thing that comes up a lot in classical guitar. Oh, you got to grow your fingernails out. I don't think that that's true. I think most classical guitar players grow their fingernails out because they're of the notion they're going to make a living and be super famous playing classical guitar. If that's not you, I don't really see the point, and you probably have a life, and it's going to be pretty hard to keep your fingernails in order. But you can go to the salon and they'll put on a little heavier duty fake fingernails, and then you got to that's one more thing to just take care of in your life. I think as you grow them out a little bit. Keep taking care of them, and hopefully you'll end up sounding just fine. All right. Other thing I'm trying to do is play down with the hole right below the hole, thumb right about where the index finger basically at the bottom of the hole. That's where I'd like to play, because then the sound hole is open and you theoretically get better tone. Not necessarily a volume issue. If you have to play loud, you're going to need a microphone or an amplifier anyway. But this is one of those areas where I'm working to improve, to try to play where the hole stays open so that my hand is not covering up, blocking any sound coming out of the sound hole. Definitely a work in progress for me. All right, good morning, Elizabeth. Good to see you. I'm here, and late rain changed to snow, changed to drear. It's officially drear outside. Yeah, we started off with a heavy cloud cover, got a tiny bit of snow, and now we have sun outside. So it's a beautiful day here in downtown Denver. We're supposed to get a foot of snow over the weekend, and so I call them Channel 9 storms. Channel 9 says, oh my God, we're going to get so much snow you won't even believe it. And then all the other stations are like, oh my God, we're going to get so much snow you won't even believe it. And then we'll get 6 inches, So I hope it's not a Channel 9 storm. I hope it's for real. All right, let's go play Three Blind Mice out of Book 1. We are wrapping up Book 1. Those of you guys that are newer and you're thinking, I should have some massive skills now. Three Blind Mice is sort of one of those. This is a tough one in terms of the tough uke. And at level 1, I'm less concerned about you playing tough acts and much more concerned that the melody and the chords are making sense to you. So grab your chords from the top. 1, 2, ready, play. Three blind mice. Three blind mice, see how they run, see how they run. They all went after the farmer's wife. She cut off their tails with a carving knife. Have you ever seen such a sight in your life as three blind mice? Big takeaway on your chords are you really have 4 chord shapes in G. You have the one I'm holding now, middle, ring, and pinky. You also have index, middle, and ring. You have index, middle, ring on the second string, pinky on the first string. That's your third G shape. And then for those of you guys in Book 2 and above, you have your E shape barred at the 3rd fret. That's also a G chord. Okay, so if I take that chord shape and I do exactly what I just did, three blind mice, three blind mice. Now I'm in charge of all of the sound, and if I want to play staccato, I just loosen my hand up and it stops the sound. I I get to decide how long the notes go. 3 blind mice, 3 blind mice, see how they run, see how they run. Right, so you get a choice of how you end up. You have choices when it comes to playing a G chord. All right, let's play the melody from the top, nice and steady. 1, 2, ready, play. From the top, go. Oh God, 1, 2, ready, play. See, I'm spending a lot of time working on my rest stroke with my plucking fingers. I feel very confident with arpeggio picking, which is typically open or a non-rest stroke, usually. But I'm feeling very inhibited by rest stroke with these index, middle, and ring fingers. And so I'm starting to work on that a lot. And it's interesting the difference of sound when you do an open strokes, free strokes. It's not quite as loud, not quite as punchy, and it sort of rings out, creates some sustain, which is a beautiful thing to do, versus when you play with your rest stroke and you're getting a lot of punchier sound, and it will tend to feel a little bit more staccato, I feel like. All of those tools are tools you want to mess around with and find one that makes your playing sound the best. Let's run through the tough acts real quick. Again, if you're book 1, I wouldn't worry overly about tough acts. This one is the hardest one. Frere Jacques, Brother John, the first one in the book, is pretty daggone hard. This one is equally difficult in a different way. So from the top, 3 blind mice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Challenging piece, really. Now you can play it with a straight G, but then you're going to be having a lot of motion. And I don't even know how you would necessarily play that too. I guess tuck this under. So it'd be. So yeah, you'd end up with a lot more motion, and that's why playing the tough act, middle and ring up here makes the most sense. All right, Three Blind Mice. Let's spend a little bit of time on Pay Me My Money Down. We've done this song in the past. Pay Me My Money Down is a Bruce Springsteen tune. He made it famous again. It's been around forever. Probably of West Indian origin, probably 19th century. About a boat, when they would load the boats up. Apparently, there was a problem with guys hiring you to load up their boat and then leaving in the middle of the night without paying you. And so that's the purpose of the song here. And the foreman, the guy, our narrator is mad because the boss's son just sits around and does nothing all day while they're having to work, and then they sneak off in the middle of the night without paying them. So so that's the story behind the song. It's 2 chords, A and E, straight out of level 1. And with a song like this, because Bruce Springsteen does it, you got to be kind of cool with it. Let's sing it. And a song like this was sort of swashbuckling, seafaring. What am I trying to say here? So, a song with sort of a tough guy approach to it. Probably arpeggio playing maybe an iffy choice here. And you could do, I thought I heard the captain say, pay me my money down. But that doesn't really sound like what the song really is about, does it? My foot pedal's not connecting. So there is that way of playing it. But probably you're going to be happier with a little bit more percussive feel to it. I thought I heard the captain say, pay me my money down. Probably, right? You could also strum it. I thought I heard the captain say, pay me my money down. So again, that's how you would do it if you were doing it in folk music style. I'm probably going to try to get some percussion out of it. Let's play it through 2 times through so we can get a sense of how the song goes. Most everybody doesn't know this song. So let's give it let's do some percussive sound here. 1, 2, 3. I thought I heard the captain say, pay me my money down. Tomorrow is my sailing day. Pay me my money down. Pay me, oh pay me. Pay me my money down. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my money down. Right to the top. I wish I was the Cass's son. Pay me my money down. I'd stay inside and drink good rum. Pay me my money down. Oh, pay me, oh, pay me. Pay me my money down. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my money down. So I couldn't really find a decent strum in there at all. But it's one of those types of songs where you're like, oh, let's be kind of crazy on this. And Bruce Springsteen, I think he goes on for about 20 minutes, and they just kind of just go round and round and round and round in that video. They're having fun. Pay me my money down. That's the point of the song, right? When you're Bruce and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna be kind of like I like growing up in New Jersey kind of guy. All right, let's run through the melody, make sure that makes sense. From the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. rest. 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 Okay, and then you would repeat it. So it's just twos and threes. Anytime I see just all twos and threes, I'm going to play in first position, use my middle and ring finger because they're real comfy with that world. But you could use your index and middle also. Now, when we get to tough acts here, I've given you a percussion noise. And so let's talk about ways of making percussive sound on a guitar. On YouTube, the fingerstyle guys, lots and lots of them are taking their thumb and whacking the sixth string, and they get that sound. I thought I heard the captain say, "Lay me your money down. Stay inside and drink good rum. Pay me my money down." Now, I don't particularly. That sound is cool for one song. It is not cool for all songs, as most of the fingerstyle players out there are way overusing that sound. It gets really annoying pretty quick. And also, I do worry that I'm beating up my string and messing around with my fret. So that's a way to play. I'm not my favorite, but certainly popular right now. Other one, take your thumb, just tap up above the string, right? There's a nice sound. Other one, I would take just these three fingers probably and just pat there. You get a little bit more muted sound. This one's more of a knock. It's more of a muted sound. I think those are the three easy ones to get to. It does sound pretty cool when you do it right. You're about to see me do it, and I will not do it very well, but it is kind of fun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 bum bum bum, right? And so that's the idea behind it, and so that's what the little snowflakes that are on your music are telling you to do. Is, hey, when you see one of those snowflakes coming along, just toss in that percussive sound. And as you probably know, there are actual drum lines where they go through and put that in there. But I figure as guitarists, we have zero interest in reading guitar music, and so I use these little snowflake signs. They're very obvious, easy to see, and when you're playing the tough acts, that's what you want, right? It's something that you're like, oh, there's some percussion, and then you move on. And mostly you're going to put in percussion in places, again, where you would ordinarily put in some type of arpeggio pattern or some type of just decoration. Song like this, you're less likely to decorate it with pretty little guitar sounds because it's supposed to be this, swashbuckling seafaring type song. And instead of going, I thought I heard the captain say, "Lay me my money down, I'll stay inside and drink good rum. Pay me my money down." That's what we would usually do, but on a song like this, give yourself a little tap. Just one more arrow in your quiver, and tool in your toolbox. From the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably talk about that moment right there because I just blew it and it was like, oh shoot, I should have talked about that. When you get to E chord, when you're playing in this key of A and you get to an E chord, it's not uncommon at all to find your pinky showing up on the D note here. Okay, now think about why that would be. If you're playing along and you have an E chord, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. Okay, so there's your D note way over here on 7. E, F, G, A, B, C, D. And those D notes make great transition notes. When you hear this, they're going to transition into, right there. And so that's really the E7 sound. Okay, but it's on the high note here. We'll do E7s all the time. Remember when you make an E chord. And then when you make an E7, you just lift this ring finger up. Now have that 7th chord. The problem is that this D string that you just opened up, E, A, D, right? Now that's open. You get your E7 sound. The problem is the 7th sound is buried in the middle of the chord and it's hard to hear. So you will very often see an E chord with your pinky on it here. And now your D is higher up in pitch and much easier to hear and much more prevalent and very useful for bringing you back around to an A. Now, interestingly on this thing, we don't go back to A for quite a while, but it is one of those things that's going to come up a lot. E chord with your pinky on the D string or on the D note. Tomorrow is my sailing day, pay me my money down. And you can hear the resolution in there. Power chords on E, strong A, and power chords on E, a strong A string. So if you're in E, and you were looking for a power chord in E, if you're in A, your power chord, you want A's and E's. And I don't have my power chords memorized because I don't play with an amplifier very often. But you're looking for chords with A's and E's only. If you're in E, you would want E, A, D, G, B. B is your power chord note there. And that's why the D jumps out at you in this, because it's not part of the E chord. It's part of the E7 chord, but it's not part of a regular E chord. And so that D is telling you, hey, we're going to create some tension here. Tension to be resolved when you get back to A. So that's I guess the point I'm trying to make here is when I see this 3, I don't really like it. But I know what it's doing there. It's creating tension in the song to work towards some resolution. In this case, that first 3 in measure 4 is just serving as an opportunity to resolve into an E chord. But down further in measure 6, it's going to again create some tension, which we then go to E3 at the end of 7 and into A. So E, if you're putting a D chord in, or a D note, it will resolve just fine back to E, but it does an even better job of resolving into A and really telling a better story there. And so when you're thinking of power chords, Vic mentions it, power chords are used primarily when you're playing with an amplifier and you want to minimize the crazy amount of information going into an amplifier. It's real happy with 1s and 5s. Amplifiers are okay with 3s, but when you're playing in this style of music and you start having all the other notes going into your amplifier, pretty soon this cacophony of conflicting frequencies is wandering through your amplifier, and it can create especially in certain styles of music like rock and roll music, you can end up with just a lot of noise coming out of it. It's like when you play a piano and you just hang out with your foot on the sustain pedal. It sounds pretty cool at first, but then after a while, all these conflicting frequencies are popping around through your piano, and you have to lift your foot up to get it to stop. And so that's what power chords do. And I don't know what else to add to that. All right, so let's go back to the beginning and make sure we're prepared when that E chord shows up to get your pinky there and know that it's doing an important job. From the top, a little slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lots of tension. resolution. And throughout book 2, I think it's important to be listening for that. Anytime you have a 7th chord in anywhere in book 2, anywhere in all of music, but especially book 2 is kind of set up to get you comfy with that. Anytime you have a 7th chord, it's creating some tension to be resolved. And it's just part of storytelling in music. And a lot of times when you isolate a 7th chord, you're like, well, I don't really like that chord. I'd much rather have a major chord. Sounds much prettier, right? Or a minor chord. They sound very complete and whole. And when you get to a 7th chord, all you're doing is taking your regular E chord and adding the 7th to it. Okay? And again, that's not related to a power chord. That's a new idea in a chord. And that's what they're there for. And so a lot of times when you're playing and you have an uncomfortable note, it's because the composer's setting you up to get back to the main idea. Let's play it through one more time. And remember, I got distracted by the D note, but we're really talking about percussion on this piece of music. So I would say one of the things I've learned in playing this now for a couple of years is that you really want to be on your game when it comes to those percussive sounds. You probably want to get on them faster than you think you need to. What I found, let me see if I can do it the way I used to do it. Let it go too long, and then I try to hurry them in. And that's because I don't have a strong sense of rhythm on my own. So I have learned it through lots and lots of years of struggle. So I have an intellectual understanding of rhythm, not necessarily a human understanding of it. Instead, if I'm more aggressive at getting to those taps, feels like they're better. So my suggestion on the percussion is be sort of aggressive with tapping those. And if you hit them too early, then you got a minute to get back and get your next chord on, and it's fine. Late drums seem to be worse than early drums, I guess is what I'm saying. The other thing I have a tendency to do when I'm tapping this way is I have a tendency to hit my strings and stop them, and that's not my intention. So you want to, kind of make sure your hand stays up above the strings. That's why possibly using your thumb is a better idea, because your hand is less likely to come down on top. When you're doing this, you have a tendency to come down on your strings. When you're doing it with your thumb, do that. And I did want to take a brief aside. Vic is asking some questions about power chords and what their function is. I do have here a amplifier that I practice with sometimes, and it's not a bad idea to have an amplifier in your life if you have an instrument with a plug-in on it, with the pickup on it. What you find when you amplify is that all of your sort of sloppiness that you get away with on acoustic, you don't get away with on when you have an amplifier. And it's a way to make your playing a little bit cleaner, a little bit, give you more direct and dangerous feedback, I guess. The challenge with amplifiers is it's a whole separate world of musical information, and every amplifier is different. You can grab two from the exact same manufacturer, and one will be better than the other. You're getting into electronics and all of this stuff, and so I don't necessarily recommend it as something that you should become an expert on, but it's not a bad idea if you have an instrument with a pickup in it to use an amplifier once in a while, just to double check your overall playing, because it will definitely tell you when you're doing a bad job. And the reason I don't spend a lot of time on amplifiers is I spent a tiny bit at a guitar shop, and what I found out pretty quickly was it's a whole world of crazy that you can really, really spend a lot of time, waste a lot of time in, and looking for a certain particular sound. And so that's my thoughts on amplifiers. All right, let's play this through. Let's play it through one time, top to bottom, and we'll call it good. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, probably not the greatest song ever written, but it is an excellent opportunity for you to practice sort of bold, bigger sounds that's different than what we usually play, and kind of fun. Vic says, I don't use amplifiers. I like acoustic. I think that that's a perfectly legitimate decision to make, but there will come a point, right, if you keep at this, where you'll get pretty good and you'll want to share your music with a larger audience. And then you will, you wander down to the coffee shop or you wander into Staples Center or who we were teasing. I can't remember who we were teasing that they were going to play Yankee Stadium. I think it was Lynn over in Ukulele. When that day comes, you'll want to have at least a passing knowledge of playing on a plug-in. I don't play on plugins other than to double check my playing set on acoustic. Yeah, there's a whole world of how do you make an amplifier sound like an acoustic instrument, and every guitar player that's performing has to do that as well. And so again, for most of us, it's a world of crazy we don't need to be involved in, but it may come up. It could come up. There, who knows? You may end up you could end up going down to the library, and they're like, "Can you teach a beginning guitar class?" And you're like, "God darn it, I'm not that good. I don't think I should be doing this." And they're like, "It's fine. I'll be people. People in there. It'll be mine." The one I get pretty regularly is, "Hey, could you come down to the VFW club and teach our guys a few things?" And I'm always happy to do that. But then you're in this weird hall, and it's very noisy, with tile floors and all this, and it is helpful to have a little bit of an amplifier there to just make it a little bit louder. Then you get into, if you don't have a pickup, then you end up using a microphone, and you'll just like I have here. I got a microphone pointed basically right at the sound hole, and so then that's putting out an acoustic sound into a microphone and then out over to you, and you notice it sounds pretty good, right? But it also, the bigger challenge is, as you know, is you also hear my mistakes really clearly as well. And so I don't think it's something you should shy away from entirely. I do think there's a world of crazy that comes along with amplifiers that is something that will waste a major amount of time for you as a guitarist. But you probably need to know a little bit about it in case the day comes when you're like, "Oh, I'm going to be playing for somebody." Okay, there's that. Paying my money down. Let's go grab Brahms Lullaby, knock that guy out. And I think that originally was in book 3. Let me see. EFG, Beautiful Dreamer. And have we not played Brahms Lullaby in a while? Maybe not. All right. My copy looks pretty clean, so hopefully I'm playing from the November 7th, 2017. This piece of paper, this arrangement's managed to make it through 4 years. That's very exciting. Most sheet music, every couple of years it needs to be updated because things change, and so let's see. And then my last thought, Vic, you got me all derailed onto this other area. With acoustic, obviously, that's why we're here. That's what's going to sound beautiful. Sitting in your house, in your basement, that's always going to be great. And so there's no reason that you have to go into that world of crazy. Again, just talking about tools and things that might make you a better player. Having a little amplifier, or even your phone playing onto a video recording of the phone once in a while. You don't even have to look at the video after it's done. You just save it in your computer. A year from now, you might look at that and go, "Gosh, I was terrible then. I've gotten so much better." So tools, the electronic tools that are available to us as acoustic players can make you a better player. Let's play Brahms Lullaby. Let's play it through. It's set to play twice through. I'd like to play it through 3 times. I want to play it through with melody the first time, and you guys would play the chords. Remember, you have 3 strums per measure. Then I will go back through. I'll play the chords, and you'll play the melody. And then let's do the tough acts at least once, maybe twice. Okay, so I'm going to start with melody, and you guys would start on chords. 1, 2. It's a 2-beat counting. 1, 2. Drum, drum, strum. Switch to melody. 220, 220, 205, 422, 023, 023, 0342045, 225. 230, 223, 020, 225, 230, 223, 202. Let's do the same thing one more time. 220, 220, 205, 422, 023, 023, 0342045, 225, 230, 223, 02, something, 225, 230, 223, 202. Okay, I was having a terrible time trying to remember I was on chords. The other one with this one, of course, is if you like singing, this is the archetype for a perfect opportunity to use your 6 pattern and play an arpeggio. Lullaby and good night, the roses be dyed, with lilies be spread, babies we bed, lay you down now and rest, may your slumbers be blessed, lay you down now and rest, may your slumbers be blessed. Isn't that pretty? I mean, this is a perfect song to practice that particular 6 pattern: thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index. You've got your 3 basic chords from level 1, A, E, and D, and then just sing over that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if your hand is working well, you can do it, right? And you'll end up with a nice steady pattern through there. Makes it sound like you should fall asleep, and that'll do that. All right, last time, let's play just the one time through, and then we're done. Brahms Lullaby, one time through, the Vax, or any other way you want to play. 1, 2. there we go. That's a nice tune, right? That's really, really pretty. 2 0 2 2 2 5 0, and then yeah. Let's see. I'm always working on this. This song's about ready to be updated. All right, I see a couple of things that I do now different. So, all right, guys. Hope that's a good day of music for you. Hopefully, we learned something. Hopefully, we got better at something. I'm not able to get to the warm-up exercises, obviously, in the 45 minutes that we have. So, what I'll do, I think I'll just drop those in next week as our level 3 tunes. I think that's going to make the most sense because I want to play through them more. The other possibility would be to start class earlier, but I don't really want to do that because I always seem like every morning I'm running late anyway. So I think I'll drop those in as level 3 songs for next week, and that's what I think we will do. So let's see. Let's make this person go away, and then. There we go. Thanks, Pauline. Good to see you. Vic, good to see you. Elizabeth, you too. And I know we got a couple other folks hanging out up here in the widget. Glad you're here. And that tomorrow, I like to talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday, right? Thursday. Three Blind Mice again, Simple Gifts, I love that tune, and Daisy Bell. Tomorrow is my day, right? That's some beautiful music tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, remember we have Beatles class again, so I intend to be there tomorrow night. All My Loving, Blackbird, Here Comes the Sun, I Want to Hold Your Hand, Norwegian Wood, Obla Di, Obla Da, Penny Lane, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, Yesterday, and God Willing and the Creek Don't Rise. I've got When I'm 64, something, and the other one that I'm working on. They all start to run together. I don't know if I will get that. I don't know what I'll get done, but I'm going to try to get you 3 more. I don't know if I'll make it. Probably get you at least 1 more. Strawberry Fields, that's the other one. All right, guys. Have a wonderful day. I'll see some of you later, and I will see the rest of you tomorrow. Brahms is a favorite. I agree, Elizabeth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ending the stream.